Hey everyone, thought I'd better start posting some pictures, some info on the ASP board, considering this board will be going into production in the next couple of weeks. So a few more weeks after that it will be available to buy. ASP, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, is the cut down version of Taipan. Taipan would be very expensive for me to make, so I'm going to start off making ASP and gradually work my way up to Taipan. Having said that, don't be fooled, ASP has almost all of the features of Taipan on it. I'm saving costs by using a different motor controllers and a different soundboard. Okay, so this is the ASP board. It's meant to be as much plug and play with your Teijin Heng Long as possible. So you'll see it's got the Heng Long style turret connectors, motor connectors and so forth. So basically I want this board, you should be able to, with this board, just whip out your RX-18, plug this board in and away you go. Okay, it's meant to be as simple as that. Okay, I'll just fire it up into action. I think if I was to go through all the features it would take quite a long time, but how I have this board particular set up is for airsoft or airsoft operation. Now basically with the new, with the Heng Long and the Teijin tanks, you've got that micro switch. That micro switch basically controls when the firing sequence takes place. So if you're using airsoft, there's a little jumper here that you set in airsoft position, and that will then look for the micro switch to control the fire. If you're not using airsoft, if you want to scale motion of your tank, you would just simply move this jumper over there. I might do another video with the jumper moved into the scale tank position. I'm going to call the two airsoft or scale. Scale will also be for IR. Okay, so that's your ASP board. Now here is the soundboard. Okay, a little bit different to the previous soundboard. Believe it or not, even though it has two SD cards, this unit is a bit cheaper than the bigger board. So you've got basically one sound card here that takes care of all your engine noises, and one sound module, should call them sound module here, to take care of all the other noises. It's duophonic, which means obviously there's two sound sources, so you can't have more than two sound sources going at once. The bottom bit here is a powerful 20 watt amp. I strongly suggest that you upgrade your speakers. You will blow up the little 3 watt Heng Long speakers using that power amp. Okay, now this is, again, as I said, the production versions are going to be a little bit different. I found with this sound card, these three connection points just weren't enough. It does rock a bit, so I'm adding an extra connection point and maybe a bolt in the middle to hold it down. But those of you with LMOD experience or any other type thing experience there with that, you'll just notice there's a daughter board sort of situation. You just line up the pins and push it down. Okay, so everything's connected up. Now, one of the first features of I'm going to call it Taipan, but this is ASP and Taipan, is that you are able to start the tank in a number of different ways, depending on which, there's my radio, which switch you use. I'm going to start off, just because I want to save time, you've got 4 different engine noises, engine start sounds. I'm going to choose the shortest one first up. So that's just for me, I've got it set up to go like that. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll turn the tank on. Now,
welcome back.
You've got that welcome sound. Of course, all these sounds you can change. So if you don't like that, you can just change that sound, or if you don't even want that sound, you just program, say, a second or two of silence. Now, once the unit is on, as per usual, as per all, just because you're familiar with Heng Long, the headlight will flash like that, and that tells you that ASP is receiving a valid signal from your radio and your receiver. Okay, it also is calibrating at this point, so don't muck around with any of your throttle or turret type controls. You simply apply your channel 5 switch. So here we go. Now, as I said, as per Heng Long, once you start up, your smoke machine will be going. Now I've got a jumper in there, so it will automatically come on. You can of course take that out to a switch, so you still have manual control. But you can also control it from your radio. So I've set up a switch on the radio so you can turn on and off your smoke machine. Okay, smoke machine's off. You may have also heard the noise, so you can have a separate smoke machine off noise. Actually, we'll run through all those noises. Here, again, you've got a channel 5 switch to turn on and off your headlight. You've got a switch to turn on and off your auxiliary light. And here it is over here. A big blue auxiliary light. Okay, so you've got headlight control and an auxiliary light control. Now we've got two different machine guns. Okay, oh, you can see that one there. So machine gun 1 and machine gun 2, which I've got on a white LED. Okay, so you have two machine guns. Again, switches are set up on your radio to control those. We also have, what else do we have? What other fantastic little features can I show you? The automatic reverse light. So as soon as you go into reverse, okay, the reverse light will come on. Now let's have a look at that motion, the sound. You have your idle sound, which you hear now. You then, as you go into motion, there's a transition sound that moves from idle to motion. Okay, and we'll try and get that sound happening. There, you'll hear that, and that's in motion 1, and it's proportional as we go up. To full throttle. And as we come down, you've also got a sound that transfers from motion to a stop position. Similarly with your turret. Now, no matter where you connect your turret, the turret will always be proportional. So there's a turret start and a turret stop sound as for the motion. So here we go. You hear how the turret sort of sped up to start spinning, and then you've got that turret stop sound. If you're just doing a very fast install, you'll be putting your elevation motor on this 8-pin connector. When you do that, the way the Heng Long system and wiring is set up, you cannot have proportional control over your elevation. Okay, so you will need to modify this if you want proportional control. So at the moment I have it just plugged into the 8-pin connector, and as you can see, there's no control. There's no directional control either. If you want directional control, you'll have to do this modification yourself. You'll have to isolate the wires to your elevation motor, and they just plug into this set of pins at the back of ASP there. And now you should have proportional control of your gun elevation as well as directional control. So we can go one way. Well, that's not very good, but I'll fix that, and then we can rotate back the other way. Okay, I've got a bug there. Don't worry about that. I'll fix that up. I think I know what I've missed in the code. But as you can see, that way will rotate that direction. This way will rotate that direction. So you will have proportional control over your gun elevation. Okie dokie. I think I'll end that there. It's a pretty long video, gone almost 10 minutes. And then also the shutdown sound. And then when you shut down, of course, because it's still receiving a valid signal, your lights will flash. If you were to turn off, I think, yeah. So turning off your radio, and I'll fix that again, that light should go solid to let you know your radio's on. But carrying on like that will let you know you've still got everything powered up, and you need to turn off your system. Okay, I'll end it here and get back to more videos soon.